Hello, all. Welcome to Diamond's Divine Creations. I am your host, Diamond. Thank you all so very much for joining me on today. I do hope you all are doing well and feeling well. Happy Independence Day to you all. Happy 4th of July, however you like to say it, guys, okay? Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and of course comment, because that is your free way of showing your support to help grow my channel, guys. Okay, so today's delicious dessert recipe, guys. So yeah, we're doing a delicious dessert recipe today, guys. Okay, it's going to be something kind of like in the style of something for Independence Day, right? So I ran across this video, okay, and excuse me if I don't get the name right, but I believe this woman calls this, I've seen a couple of people do it. I've seen the first video and then I've seen somebody else do it in a whole different way or what have you, but I believe it was called, she calls it blueberry buttermilk swim biscuits, okay? So I'm like, what the heck is this? But, you know, the first lady I seen it, it seems like it would look so freaking good. So I'm like, you know what? But y'all know, like, when I be seeing other recipes that people have, I take it and make it my own and do something different. So we going to flip it, reverse it, twist that thing, okay, and do it in a little bit of different way. So I'm calling today's delicious dessert recipe mixed berry, what did I say I was going to name this? I'm calling it the 4th of July's mixed berry buttermilk summer swim. Okay? I don't know why they call this biscuits, because it's not a biscuit. Okay? It comes out like a cake. Okay? I did a test run on it. It was so freaking good, y'all. I added some extra doodads to it and everything. Like, I followed the recipe to the T, but I add me a couple extra doodads in there, whatever, y'all. It was so doggone good. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, but yeah, we gonna do it a little bit different on today, guys. So it's actually very easy to do, okay? Like, you really can't mess up this recipe, guys, okay? So without any further ado, guys, we are going to get started real quick. Let's go through our ingredients, guys, okay? So if you want the original ingredients for this, okay, especially, let me show you, if you plan on using a pan this long, this wide, then definitely use these direct measurements, okay? 4 cups of flour, 2 cups of blueberries, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 1 cup of sugar, 3 cups of buttermilk, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, okay, and 2 sticks of butter. That's all you need for the original recipe for this. So if you want to make it exactly like that, then that's how you make it. If you want to do the little drizzle icing on the top, all you need is some powdered sugar and milk. Okay, guys? So like maybe like 2 tablespoons of milk to a cup of powdered sugar. Okay? Depending on how much glaze you want to make for it, guys. Okay? Now, if you want to, I'm using a different size pan, okay? If you want to cut this recipe, like the amount that you make, in half, instead of using 4 cups of flour, use 2 cups of flour, okay? But either way, I would definitely tell you to keep the rest of the ingredients the same amount, okay? Just cut down the flour that you use, okay? The more flour you use, the more batter you're going to create, okay? Basically. I am going to be using both blueberries and strawberries in this, guys, okay? So, and I have some other ingredients, okay? So, some of the same ingredients that I told you at first. Also, real quick on the flour, you can use all-purpose flour. I am going to use self-rising flour, okay? For this, okay? So, either 2 or 4 cups of flour, just depending on how big of a batter you would like to make, okay? I'm going to use 2 cups of, I'm going to do 2 cups, okay? So I'll probably split it in half. A cup of blueberries as well as a cup to a cup and a half, a cup to a cup and a half of blueberries, a cup to a cup and a half of strawberries, okay? 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 1 cup of sugar, 3 cups of buttermilk, okay? If you're only making the half amount, I will say you can cut your buttermilk down to 1.5 cups of buttermilk if you're only going to do the 2 cups of flour, okay? But however, if you're going to do the 4 cups of flour, then use the 3 cups of buttermilk, okay? The half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm also going to use lemon zest. I'm going to put use a lemon for lemon zest in mine as well, guys, okay? And I'm also going to use a half of teaspoon of lemon juice, okay? And you need the 2 sticks of butter, guys, okay? Now, and then I'm also going to do a different type of topping. Now, for my top, if you just want the glaze, like I said, it's powdered sugar and milk, okay? I'm going to do another type of topping, guys, and put some other of the toppings on top of there. So you need powdered sugar, milk, Cool Whip, cream cheese, and vanilla extract, and some more of your fruit, okay? Also, I forgot to tell you all, I'm going to put about 4 ounces of cream cheese in this batter as well, guys, okay? I forgot about that until I was telling you all about the topping part of what have you, guys. So let's get started, okay? This is like the simplest recipe that, you know, you all could make, okay? So you're going to really kind of start off with all of your dry ingredients. You just dump all of your dry ingredients into a bowl, guys, okay? So get you a big mixing bowl that you want to use. Also, wash your fruit, guys, okay? So you can take you, get you a big bowl or something, and put your fruit in and wash it up real good. So you can put all your fruit in the same bowl, your strawberries and your blueberries, and wash those off, rinse those off, let those soak for a little bit, guys. I'm gonna rinse these off real good. I'm gonna set them to the side, rinse off my lemon. Definitely when you're using lemon, you want to wash the outside of your lemon even, okay? Set it to the side. You should already have your oven on, okay, as well. So your oven is preheating, guys, okay? Now you can sift this if you want to. You don't necessarily have to, or what have you. When I made this the first time, I did not sift it. So you're going to use your measuring cup, okay, and put your flour in there, guys. So we're going to put in all of our dry ingredients first, okay? So that was our, also did I tell you all salt? Yeah, half a teaspoon of salt, guys. As well, we're going to be adding in here, okay? You're going to toss that in there, okay? You want your cup of sugar, guys. We're going to take our cup of sugar. And we're going to add our sugar in there as well. Just like that. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder, guys, okay? And I don't feel like getting the other measuring cup, so I'm going to use my measuring deal here. This is a half measuring, but you know, 2 halves make a whole, makes 1. So basically you would need 4. If you're using just a half a thing like I'm using here, you would need 4 of these. Okay, how many I put in there? Okay, so get that in there just like that, guys. Hold on, y'all. Okay, once you got all your dry ingredients in there, guys, you're just going to give it a good stir, a good mix around, just like that, to blend all of those ingredients together. Just like that, guys. And I remember I told you I'm going to use a half of, well, it's a half of an 8 ounce, which would be a 4 ounce of cream cheese. You do not have to add this in yours if you don't want to. You definitely don't have to do that, but I'm going to put some in mine. Okay, guys, so obviously on your cream cheese, especially if you're not using the whipped cream cheese, then definitely take your cream cheese out to get softened overnight, so it's real soft and smooth, and it'll like mix in, blend in like really well. Okay, guys, so we're just going to just mash this into our batter here, and it's going to blend in, like spread in and everything really good, because it's already softened. Okay. After you do that, okay, if you want to add the cream cheese in there like I'm doing, you can. If not, just go to the next step, which is to add your fruit. Okay. So you're going to add all those blueberries in there. I am going to have to slice. You don't want to put your strawberries in there with the stem on it, okay? So however you want to chop up your strawberries is just fine. There's no fanciful way that you need to do it. You're going to put both the blueberries and the strawberries in there. Just like that, guys. As much or as little as you would like on the fruit as well. If you're a big fruit person and you want your the entire dish just kind of filled with, you're going to really have the fruit in every bite or what have you, but if you want like a lot of it, then, you know, you can add you as much or as little of the fruit as you would like, okay? That's all up to you. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to add all those blueberries in there as well. And you're going to give this all a mix. You're going to mix those fruits in there just like that, guys. I'm also going to add lemon zest in mine, okay? So you need some type of grater of some kind, and you just take your lemon and you use your grater and you shave that lemon zest into your batter. And on this is, you know, as much or as little as you would like as well, okay? You can go all the way around this entire lemon, depending on how much lemon zest you would like, okay? I kind of tried this like on a whim the last time, just kind of doing something a little extra. The first time I made it, I made a very small amount and just for myself. And I actually only did the blueberries, and I added some almonds in there, and I did the lemon zest in it as well. And it was so good, okay? So like, the recipe that I'm doing today is like my added version to like what I feel like would make it even better. Okay, so I think that's about enough. I went all the way around this lemon here. Okay, so you see I went all the way around that lemon. And get all that extra lemon zest off your grater and get it in there, guys. And then you're going to mix this in as well, just like you did with everything else. Okay, just like that, y'all. Okay, real quick, guys, because we're almost done with this batter here. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside real quick. We got a couple more ingredients we need to add in there. But whatever pan you're going to use, I've already washed out this pan and everything. And I'm using this pan because this pan comes with my divider. So when I put this in there, it's going to automatically slice it up into the perfect little squares. I will have you guys. But use whatever pan you're going to use. This is the size pan I'm going to use or what have you. However, like I said, if you're doing the 4 cups, you could definitely, you know, it would fit perfectly in a pan this size here, okay? Especially if you want to do a bigger pan if you're feeding more people, okay? It's just going to stretch it out more and you're going to be able to feed more people, okay? Nothing special. Just dump your 2 sticks of butter in your pan, guys. And sit it in your oven for it to melt, okay? And while that's melting, then we can finish up with the rest of our batter. Okay, guys? Okay. So from here, you're gonna make a little hole like in the middle, like scoop your batter to every side and make a little hole right there in the middle of there, guys, okay? And you're going to add your buttermilk, okay? Just pour all that buttermilk in there, and then you're going to mix this in really good, guys. Okay, I'm gonna blend all this together. You can use a mixer if you want to. You really don't have to. But you can if you want to. And the other lady, this is like, they call it like a buttermilk swim something. I don't know. I didn't get the swim part. I'm like, why is it swimming? You know what I'm saying? Or what have you. The first video that I seen, and it was like so good. The lady used the buttermilk and she called it the buttermilk swim. The second lady, she said she used buttermilk, but she clearly used a red top. So she actually used whole milk in hers. So I feel like you could use any type of milk if you wanted to. What have you, but I kind of noticed that I'm just the kind of person that observes really well. I noticed the first lady, because when you use buttermilk, the buttermilk is a green top, okay? The 2% milk is a blue top. The whole milk is a red top. And the other lady, she said she used buttermilk, but it was clearly a red top. So it's all good. Hers came out looking just as good. What I noticed about her, though, she did not use the baking powder in hers, okay? So I don't know how many of you all may have seen these videos of other people making this or what have you. I noticed she used whole milk and she did not use the baking powder in hers or what have you. And hers still came out looking just fine. She did use self-rising flour in hers, and I think the other lady used whole purpose flour. So I think everybody just kind of do their own recipe, honey. how they want to, or what have you. Yeah, so that's all it is to it, y'all. Okay, so you get that blended up really well. We're going to wait for our butter to melt in our pan, and then we can add it. Okay, guys, once you get your batter stirred up real good, you're going to add your half a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. And from there, we're going to do a half a teaspoon of the lemon juice. Now, like I said, if you don't want to do the lemon zest or the lemon juice in yours, you don't have to. This is something I'm adding in mine that just made the flavor kind of pop and taste so much better when I made it the first time. So this is my, version of this recipe. However, you can do it however you would like to, okay? But you want to fold that in. Make sure that's blended really well. You really don't have to use a mixer for this. However, if you want to, if you're the type that likes to blend things in quick, or, your hands hurt easily mixing or anything like that, then you can use a blender. But you don't have to, guys, okay? And guess what? That's it. That's all you have to do. We're going to wait for that butter to melt, and we're going to pour this in our pan, guys. Also, guys, real quick, I forgot to add, I am adding my almonds, another extra little ingredient I'm using that I'm doing that you don't have to if you don't want to, okay? But I'm adding this in mine, okay? And of course, with this, with it being the 4th of July, it's got the red, white, and blue. The batter is white. You got the strawberries as the red, and the blueberries, that's the blue in there, okay? That lemon zest and all those other ingredients or whatever, you're not gonna see that, okay? The batter is gonna come out looking red, white, and blue, okay? And then we're gonna put our topping on there, which is gonna be white, and we're gonna add a few more fresh blueberries and strawberries on the top of there, guys. And this is going to be so delicious, okay? So a nice little treat, quick, easy treat for you to make, for you to do, for your family, for your friends. Y'all, some of y'all are barbecuing and different things like that, or what have you. Everybody can, it's enough for everybody to have a slice or two, or what have you. Nice little side treat, okay? For the kids who might not want this, get them a box of popsicles or something, honey, and call it the 4th of July, child, okay? Just that simple. Because this may be a dessert that maybe only adults would like, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's still sweet and delicious or what have you. Most kids just like sweet stuff anyway, you know what I'm saying? Something looks like a cake, they want a piece, so at least try it, or what have you, guys. So that's all it is to it. Okay, it should come out looking just like that, guys. Okay. Okay, guys, when you add this in here, okay, you're going to see that butter fill up all over this, okay? And it's going to be like, oh my God, this is too much butter. But I think that's the swim part, okay? It's supposed to look like that, okay? Trust me, it is not too much butter. It's going to come out so freaking good, y'all, okay? It's just going to look like it's gonna look like it's a lot. You see how all that butter is coming up? And what I did is I just kind of mixed it all through there, okay? Because once this gets to baking, it's going to sit down in that that batter anyway, but you're gonna see all that butter sitting up on top, okay? And I know somebody is like, oh my gosh, this is like high cholesterol in a pan, okay? But it's good, okay? I tried this. I did a test run and tried this before, I decided to make this with you all, guys, okay? And it was like, it was worth it, okay? And so you just want to spread that across. Just like that, as much as you can. This would sit down a little, you know, a little, like, sit down in there a little further if I was using the bigger pan. But because I'm using the smaller pan, of course, it's going to look like you're going to see more of that butter that has risen up to the top. But as this gets to baking, y'all, I promise you, it's going to sink down into the batter all down in there. And as y'all can see, I have just like a little bit of extra batter. I'm going to try to squeeze this all in here because it's just like a teeny tiny little bit left. I also did something. I had a little extra batter on the last one that I did because I was trying to make a very small pan, and I used this very, very like full type of pan, like one of those loaf pans, because I just wanted a little amount to make for myself, but I still ended up having a little bit of extra batter. So what I did, y'all, is I put the rest in cupcakes. I made the rest into cupcakes. So this works very well if you want to make them out of cupcakes as well, guys, okay? And I totally get it. Y'all may be looking at this like this is a hot buttery mess right now, y'all, but I promise you, it's supposed to look like that, okay? And it also gives you like that extra grease. You know how you normally have to like grease your pan and different things like that when you're like baking and stuff like that or what have you? This is your oil, you know what I'm saying, even for your pan, okay? As well as, you know how sometimes with especially like bot cakes, it tells you to add a stick of butter or add a half a cup of vegetable oil or something like that. This is like your like your butter or your oil in your cake, okay? And you can kind of slice through it or what have you. They claim is to make it easier to cut. It has nothing to do with cutting it because it still comes out whole. What it does is sinks this butter down in between those little slits that you're making, okay, guys? And that is it, y'all, okay? That's like literally all you have to do. You're going to put this in the oven. You're going to bake it for like 30 minutes. Spirit is saying, okay? And like I said, I don't know why they call this dish biscuits because it does not taste like biscuits. It literally tastes like a cake, y'all. Okay? So, that's all we got to do next. Just put this bad boy in the oven. Hold on, guys. Yeah, we're going to put this in the oven and bake it for 30 minutes. Okay, guys, so this is our finished product. As you see, it's already sliced up. I've already did my topping mixture that I'm going to do. However, if you only want to do the glaze, then like I told you, it's just powdered sugar and milk. If you want to drizzle, this is actually still warm a little bit or what have you, but if you want to drizzle your glaze across there while this is still warm, it's going to sink down into the cracks of your dish. For those of you who just want it like this, then it's perfectly fine like this. You can eat it just like this. This is what, you know, the original recipe that everybody else is doing. How they have theirs. Okay, guys. However, I made... I'm doing a topping, which I just used 4 ounces of cream cheese. I used about a half a container of whipped cream. I used powdered sugar in here as well, guys, and a little bit of vanilla. Okay, and you can do, if you want to do like half and half, like half with just the glaze on there and the other half with a whipped topping on top of there, because I'm going to put the whipped topping on and then I'm going to put some more blueberries and strawberries on the top, and I'm going to do it in like a design of like the American flag. Okay, obviously for the 4th of July, guys, so you want to make sure you got this stirred up, whipped up real good, guys. And you're just going to put it on top of here, and then you can sit this in the refrigerator and let it cool. And it's already sliced, so everybody can just kind of have their, get their pieces, you know, already sliced right out of the pan. In this size pan that I'm using, this still make 18 pieces here. However, if you use that larger pan that I showed you all, it's going to make way more, okay? It just kind of depends on how many people you're feeding, guys. Okay, so we're gonna put our whipped topping on here. And I was sitting up here debating. I was thinking about doing it across the entire dish, guys, but I think I'm gonna show you how you can do it like half and half if you want to. So you just want to take this, get enough on there, and you're just gonna spread this either on the entire, I'm calling it a cake, guys. People, they're calling this buttermilk, blueberry buttermilk swim biscuits, but it's not a biscuit. When you taste this, it does not taste like a biscuit. So I don't know where they're getting the biscuit part from, or what have you. Just because we use some ingredients, some of the ingredients that may go in biscuits doesn't make it a biscuit, because it doesn't taste like a biscuit at all. It really comes out tasting like a delicious cake, okay? And you can whip this up like so quick, y'all. Okay, so I'm just gonna smooth this out, and we're gonna do it like half and half, like, okay? That way, if some of your guests just want a piece with the glaze on top, you can do that, okay? And then the people who want that other topping on there, they can do that as well, guys, okay? So, I'm going to design this. I know y'all have seen me turn this like umpteen times. I was trying to decide how I wanted to do it. So you're just gonna start with your blueberries. What have you, guys? As many or as little as you would like. Okay, we're gonna do a little square with our blueberries. Just like that. It just really kind of depends how much you want to do, guys. And I guess we can add maybe a few more on here, like that. And then we're gonna do the stripes with the red with the strawberries, okay? And you can put those on however you want to. Again, as many or as little as you would like. And you know, we did the blueberries and the strawberries on the inside of it, so you can do this across your entire dish. However, you could just leave it as is. Like I said, either way you want to do it. If if you want to be versatile and give people a choice, you could do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of both, or what have you. Okay, so we're just gonna continue with our straight all the way across on the rest of the, if I can do this without making a mess, guys. Okay, guys, so there is our 4th of July Independence Day cake, guys. And so like I said, I'm calling this the 4th of July Mixed Berry Buttermilk Summer Swim Cake, guys. I know that's a long title, but that's where we're going to name this, okay? So this is a nice little treat to have for the 4th, okay? So you got half and half. You can go all the way across with this design here with the toppings on the top of here, or you can have it like that, just plain with the glaze on top or what have you, or you can do half and half, okay? That way, you know, your guests can try some of both. Either way, guys, okay? Guess what, y'all? It's time to eat. Bon appetit. Grab you a plate because it's time for our dessert date. Go ahead, take you a bite because this is another Diamond's Delicious Delight. Thank you all so very much for listening and for watching. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God. That is so good, guys. Happy 4th of July.